Charter bus breaks down again. We have a special report. Stay tuned.
"60 Seconds with Darby Jones." Favorite movie of all time?
The Good Dinosaur.
Okay. What do you eat on a hot dog? Mustard, ketchup, or both?
I don't like either.
Okay. Favorite season of the year?
Fall.
Okay. After high school, college, or work?
College.
When you're studying, is it quiet or do you listen to music?
Music.
Okay. Twix or Milky Way?
Milky Way.
Pretty Little Liars or Vampire Diaries?
Neither.
Okay. Biggest trip hazards, rugs or stairs?
Stairs.
You want to expand upon that?
No.
No? Okay. When you get older, are you going to let your hair turn gray or are you going to color it?
I'll probably color it.
Okay. What's wrong with gray?
Nothing.
Finish the sentence. At OHS, I will always remember.
Mrs. Edmund.
It's got to be close to like 2, 1, 0.
Okay, Mr. Hinton, what was it like on the bus traveling back from Lincoln?
Well, it was kind of hot, and then I smelled a little bit of gas and like exhaust fumes, and we happened to have to stop because somebody got sick.
I'm here with Miss Mestel. What was it like on the charter bus coming back from Lincoln?
It was filled with like diesel fumes, so it was kind of restricting your oxygen, kind of. I mean, it just was not good.
Did you get sick at all?
Yeah, I got sick.
I was told by Mr. Hinton that you guys stopped like every so often to like air out the bus.
Yeah, because the girls on the bus, like Steph Skinner, she got sick, and if you didn't stop, like, they would just like throw up on the bus. So.
In Miss Slick's room here with Miss Garcia, asking her a few questions about the charter bus incident. What was it like on the bus?
I was sitting in the back of the bus along with a few other girls, and we could smell the gas, and it smelled awful. I had my headband over my nose so I couldn't smell anything.
And was the heat on when you were going to Lincoln, or was it just on when you're coming back?
It was on both times.
Did you like smell a little bit of the fumes when you were going there, or no?
On our way to Lincoln, it didn't smell that bad. You could barely smell it, but then on our way back, it was really strong and really bad.
Okay. Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
The following statement I'm about to read is from Maintenance Director Bill Messner. Dear Ben, when I heard what happened with the band trip to Lincoln, we purchased a carbon monoxide detector and installed it in the bus. We also called Source Gas and have them bring over their carbon monoxide test. They checked the air inside the bus as it was running. The carbon levels were at 5 parts per million. The text said they are concerned when above 25 parts per million. We have had it out on 3 or 4 trips since then with no problems. We will keep monitoring the bus.
Y'all need sleep. Tell you why in a minute. Alrighty, I'm here with Ramsey Mullen. I'm gonna ask him a few questions. Do you think you sleep enough?
No.
Alrighty, and how late do you stay up?
Midnight, maybe 1 in the morning.
Okay, and how do you feel with no sleep?
I feel like I'm gonna get nothing accomplished that day.
And how late do you stay up?
Probably till around 2.
Alrighty, and do you know the reason why you stay up?
Homework or work.
We all love snow days, right? Have you ever wondered what the deciding factor is for us to have a snow day, or who gets to make the decision? I have all the answers to your questions right here. I went right to the source with my questions and talked to Mr. Dietz, the superintendent of Ogallala Public Schools. I asked him what the deciding factor for calling a snow day is, and he says that when making the decision to call off school, he consults the National Weather Service, internet-based weather sites, and area superintendents. I then asked him if he's able to call again and say school is back in session, and he says yes, he could change and say that he changed his mind due to inaccurate snow predictions, but he plans to never do that because it would be a disaster for families in town. I asked him how many snow days we are allowed to have before we start making those days up, and he says that they do not build any snow days into the yearly calendar, but by NDE Rule 10 guidelines, we need to attend 1,080 hours of school, and if we fall short of that number, we will make those days up in the spring.
Schools ring the morning bell later? Let's find out more. I'm here with Mr. Fruit. Mr. Fruit,
Yes.
do you believe, as a psychologist, that starting school at a later time would be a good thing for the students' health and knowledge?
There is some studies out that would say that starting school just a little bit later tends to have a little bit better learning curve. And yet, I know that if you started later, kids would just probably stay up later, and so it would be a wash. So I would say, for my professional opinion, no.
Do you personally want more time in the morning to sleep?
You know, God bless me with being a morning person. I get up and I'm so bright and cheery. I think we should start school at 7.
No. If we were to get a late start, what time do you think that school should start?
8:01.
Okay. And personally, as a parent, would you be okay with your children starting school at a later time?
What I think someday in the future we're going to have is the ability for some kids to maybe start later and some kids to be able to start earlier. I think that would make education more patterned to what a kid's real needs are. So that would be great if we would be able to do that in a wonderful manner.
All right, thank you.
You're very welcome.
Do you think school should start at a later time?
I do not think that school should start at a later time.
All right. Do you believe that your health or physical fitness would improve if it did start later?
Probably not.
All right. Do you think your memory would improve as well?
Yeah.
And if school were to start at a later time, what time do you think we would start?
10.
So, Haley, do you believe that starting school at a later time would be a good thing for your peers' health?
I think it could be a good thing and a bad thing because those who already go to bed late as it is, they might stay up later because they know we're starting later. But for those who maybe had a lot of homework the night before and aren't taking advantage of it, it would be a lot healthier for them.
I'm here with Mr. Pavlik. Do you believe that starting school at a later time would be a good thing for the students' health or knowledge?
Probably not.
All right.
No.
All right. Do you personally want more time in the morning to sleep?
Personally,
Yes.
me, no. I'm an early riser.
All right. If we were to get a late start, what time would you want school to start?
I would actually argue for an earlier start time.
Oh, would you?
Yes, I would. You know, years ago when I taught in Omaha, I taught a 0 period class. So at 6:45 was when I started my teaching day, and students would come at that time. And the people that took that class really wanted to be there, so I never had any kids that were absent. So yeah, and I'm a morning person, see, so it's easier for me to get up earlier in the day. So.
All right. Would you, as a parent, be okay with school starting later if it did?
Well, I think it might cause some issues with, not me necessarily because my kids are older, but it might cause an issue maybe with parents with small children and daycare and their job schedule and things, so they'd have to have maybe daycare. High school, maybe not so much, except those high school kids maybe that do take their siblings to school, so that might affect that too. So I bet you didn't expect such long answers from me, did you?
I honestly don't mind.
Okay.
Thank you.
Research shows that children who are chronically absent miss 20 or more days of school in a given school year. I investigated to find out more about this. Here's what I found. Do you frequently miss school, and if so, why?
No, if I miss school, it's because of like a dentist appointment or something. But other than that, I'm here.
Okay, thank you. What do you think happens when someone misses too many days of school?
Important people get involved and you could get into a lot of trouble.
And do you frequently miss school, and if so, why?
Kinda, and mostly because of doctor's appointments.
Thank you.
Jedi Master Yoda. Star Wars Force Awakens on Thursday. Watch it, you must. Use the Force.